I thought I would give a tour of the garden and all my stuff, and I'd start with these onions that I harvested. I meant to make a video, and I don't know why I didn't upload it, or if I deleted it or something, but I don't know where the footage is of me harvesting all these onions. But the tops were starting to bend over on some of them, so I thought I better just pull them, because once that happens, they don't really grow anymore. So maybe there'll be some more out there, but for the most part, this is what I got from most of the onions that I thought were ready. On our way now to see things. Don't mind all the grass clippings everywhere, because I use my grass clippings as mulch, and it's been really super wet here, so I mowed and they were all really wet, so I'm waiting for them to dry out so I can rake them all up. So just ignore all the grass clippings everywhere. Over here is where I harvested the onions from, over by the strawberries. I'll show you. Most of them are growing over here by all the strawberries, but I need to weed this and get rid of all this grass. And last time I did that, I think I ruined some of the onions. So I just went ahead and got most of them out of there. There's still a few that might be hidden in there somewhere, but I don't think so. I don't see any. All kinds of stuff here. This tomato, I harvested a bunch of those little tomatoes off of all these. Here, I'll show you what I got there. This little bowl of tomatoes here, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with. And I'm gonna make something with it. I don't really know yet though. Maybe some type of tomato salad. And these are where I got most of my carrots from, and there's still some. You can see right there. There's some more carrots and stuff coming up. So they're kind of different stages in there. So I don't know if I want to try to weed it and get them out of there, or just go ahead and just replant all of this for my fall stuff. And over here, my tomatoes. It's been raining so much that they are starting to get spotty diseases and things. Plus, that's kind of just the nature of tomatoes. They're viney, they grow, make fruit, die off, and keep going. But there's lots of fruit in there. I really like using the grass mulch. I think it's doing really well to keep the weeds and everything out and feed everything really well. I love these marigolds everywhere. All different kinds. There are just tons of different kinds all mixed together. And we've been kind of mixing for years, so there's like different colors blended together and stuff. I really like the red and the yellow and the orange and all mixed together. I think they're really vibrant colors that way. And here are the wild tomatoes. They're died off in the middle, and then they're ripening up. I've harvested a ton of them out of there already. And there's pepper, lone pepper back there in my borage. So I figure at least if once all the tomatoes die off, I'll have at least lots of flowers in the fall to look at. And this bed over here, I love that flower. I need to get this ready for my fall stuff. If my seedlings take off, I'll show you how small they still are. It's been raining so much, and I didn't realize the tray they were in wasn't draining, so they got flooded out pretty bad. Over here, my oregano, I've harvested a couple times, and it's starting to bloom again over here. Over here, I have a pepino melon. A pepino melon, if I could say that very well. Blooming. Looks sort of like a little, the one I had looks sort of like a little yellowy peppery thing. I don't know, like a pepper fruit. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I have catnip, sage. I have some parsley here if I don't mow it over. And the celery here that I'm going to try to get seed from. Then I have all these trees. These are all trees that I have to move this fall once the leaves fall off. See all these different little individual like trunk things, they all have to go and move because they're all going to be too close to these other plums. They're plums, cherry plums. So they all have to be moved, and I'm going to make like just a thicket of plums and things that go all the way around the back and side of my property. My aronia berries are getting ripe. This is actually it's American chokeberry mixed with aronia berry mixed with, a European ash, actually. This is a Viking kind, so it's actually not a pure Aronia. I don't think a lot of them are. I think the cultivar, the kind that they make for like juice and stuff, and are cross they're discovering by some guy in Russia like 100 years ago or something. And so they are a little bit more edible, but they're still really, really astringent. Like even when they look really ripe, you eat them and they taste, they just make your mouth really dry. It's really strange. Over here, my hibiscus is all getting ready to bloom, it looks like. So that'll be nice. My blackberries back here. I took all the raspberries out and cut them out because once they produce fruit, the raspberries, the purple canes, you cut them out because they don't do anything. And you keep the new canes that come up, and then next year these will produce all the flowers and the fruit. And my blackberries here are starting to get ripe. I'm excited about it. And I see there's thorns in front of it. This is a raspberry, this is a blackberry behind it. I did that to protect it because I got the thornless kind here. And the deer really, really ate it constantly because it didn't have any thorns or anything. So I planted the raspberry in with it to try to like protect it, and it's been working so far. Over here, the mound that I planted here is now being taken over by squash and beans and all sorts of things, which is what I wanted. It looks very wild. That is actually for wine, I guess. My friend gave it to me. I don't drink wine, so I use it as a trash can. I have stuff all piled up here because I was mowing my grape trellis, which doesn't have grapes, but I figured out it looks like it has spaghetti squash growing on it. Something came in and ate all of my scarlet runner beans down really bad, so I decided to start growing the squash all around it. This little mound here that I'm creating a new bed out of. Next year this will be nice, and it's already starting to look really, really, really nice. So I think by next spring this will be really nice for me to plant and do something with. Except this tree is going to fall. I mean, look how low it is right there. I can't even walk under it. It's moved about at least 2 or 3 feet because the top of it keeps getting heavier and heavier. It's not my tree, so I can't get tree companies to cut it down for like insurance reasons or something. And that's like a rental property next door, so the landlord there, he does not care. So when it falls, and I'll have to just deal with it then. In the meantime, it's starting to shade out. Like, let's hear when I planted this stuff. This wasn't in the shade. This tree was not above it. It's just fallen this way so much more that it is doing that. If anyone lives nearby and has a chainsaw, come chop it down for me. And my grapes. Grapes there. My little thing that I created for them. There's a lot of grapes in there, though. Take a look inside, I'll show you. You can see there's a lot of fruit to get. So I'll be able to make all kinds of grape stuff, hopefully. This bed here, where I had like kale and lettuce and stuff that I planted, this smart weed, not weed, whatever you call it where you are, is taking over. And the lettuce, I really don't care because I was really growing this mostly for the lettuce. The kale will be fine. Once I weed all this out, that kale will still survive. It'll survive winter here. It's amazing, amazing vegetable. But the lettuce has started to, it's probably really, really, yeah, it's pretty bitter and gross. Oh yeah, look at that like milkiness coming out of the leaf that I pulled. Right there. It's gross. And over here, I have my elderberry plants. So they're all starting to get ripe finally. And these are two cultivated kind for the fruit. And they're supposed to be European elderberry, but I'm not really sure. And I also read how they can't really tell the difference anymore, but I don't know if I believe that. I think there's a difference. But this giant squash is taking over this bed here. I don't know what to do about it. Just let it go. I'm just gonna keep mowing around it like the watermelon. And the artichokes here. I have one blooming finally. Oh, I have two of them blooming. So I have an artichoke here and an artichoke here. Finally, after years of trying to grow artichokes. And a little baby one, it looks like right there. Those are a lot smaller than I wanted. I wanted nice big artichokes, but I guess I'd have to have nice big plants for that to happen. So maybe I think what I might do is let these flower. I might just eat one and then let them flower and then collect the seeds from them and then try again. I don't know. I mean, maybe if I have like 10 small artichokes, it'll be okay compared to having one nice big one, since that seems to be what I can grow. And these are my Cherokee wax. These are the yellow beans that I used in that 3-bean salad. You can see a deer came in and ate the whole top of them off. It's been coming in every night and eating all my beans and stuff. Lovely creatures that they are. And here's what the beans look like. Just like a yellow green bean. But they make a lot of beans. And over here is where I had the eggplant that died. They made those tiniest little baby eggplants. Because they made these little baby ones here. But it was struggling to survive right here. And it died. Actually, here it is. I still have it all shriveled up here. The bottom of it was eaten by a creature. So it died, but I still harvested those little baby eggplants off of it. You know? This one here is growing some new ones. I think it might actually be protected a little bit now from stuff now that it's getting taken over by this squash, but the squash will probably kill it because it's starting to wrap its little tendrils around it. There we go. Look at that, right through the leaf and everything. That's just weird. Look at that. It's a mean squash. Leave that poor eggplant alone. Or maybe it's trying to hold it up. I don't know. Yeah, probably laying on its side, but the squash tried to hold it up. So I guess I'll just let it be. Let nature do its thing. Here are some of my sweet peppers and my marigolds here. You see the taller marigolds are coming up here and they're getting ready to make flowers soon. Look at this beauty right here. But these, I think some of them are King of the North. I had peppers in here that I thought died. And then I bought replacements, so now they're kind of all mixed together because some of them didn't die. Look at this one. It doesn't know whether to grow up or down. It's got a horn. And so now I have a lot of extra peppers that I don't know what kind they are because I just, they're all coming up at the same time and I didn't really keep track. I know that this one is King of the North. And some of these. Some of them are pimento peppers. Here where the deer have been eating, these are my kidney beans and my lima beans. Green beans here. I have them in this bed here, all around that bed there, and a little corner of them right here. I don't think there's any of these left over here. I've eaten most of them, I think. This kind here hasn't done so well, and a lot of them have been fighting some type of disease or something because of the rain. So I've been trying to take note to which kind they are, so I'll know which kind to try to aim for. Because I haven't figured out what kind of green style bean works the best where I live. I'm pretty sure the Royal Burgundy beans grow really well, and the Cherokee wax beans. Those are actually wax beans from seeds I saved myself, and they do pretty well. Here is patty pan squash that is Lincoln squash. I have a couple of these. Horseradish. Horseradish is doing really well. There's a lone potato in here somewhere by this horseradish. There it is. Hopefully it'll make a potato for me. I had to get rid of most of this zucchini plant and one that was over there because it was being destroyed by bugs, by squash bug beetles or something weird. So it's gonna live though, I think, and grow a little bit more and keep growing because of something here. Move this though. Maybe it won't. I don't know. This looks pretty bad. But if this dies, it's okay because there's potatoes that I planted in here originally that I forgot about, or I thought they died because of frost. So if all this, which looks like might all be on its way out from something, it's fine because there's potatoes here that can take over, and there's some tons of peppers that can take over. I mean, look at all those peppers. It's just pepper. I'll show you. Pepper mania. And there's a huge zucchini in here. Looks like I'm gonna have to do something with. My cucumbers, I have been getting a few small ones. A few of them are trying to really make it. Oh, there's a pepper there. But except those beetles are everywhere, and I'm not so good at finding them. And it's been raining so much here that I haven't been able to get out here and do much anyway. So they're just having at it. Like I said, I've had pretty bad luck with cucumbers in the past, just because either disease or the destructiveness of those beetles. But I do have these ones here look to be okay so far, and they're growing the lemon ones. And I really hope that watermelon makes it. It's growing out. Here's a bunch of green beans. I use these in that salad too. I guess it's really 5-bean salad because I use like 3 different types of like green style kind of beans, and then garbanzo beans and stuff. This kind. Tender green. But then I have all these peppers in here. So these are mostly hot peppers. Those over there are the more sweet peppers, and these are more hot peppers. And they're making a lot. You know, I don't know if these are hot or not. I ate some the other day, but I had it with some of these hot chili pepper things. These hot cans or whatever, and so it was all hot, so I couldn't tell. And over here are where I have buckwheat and the Royal Burgundy purple beans and this purple Murasaki pepper. I thought this Murasaki purple pepper was cool. And these purple peppers, they ripen to a deep red, I guess. You can eat them in, you know, purple stage or red stage. I'm going to try to get these to ripen up though, just because I want to save the seeds, because they were expensive and I only got this one plant to survive, and I want to grow more next year, along with all of this beautiful ruby buckwheat. The bees like it. I mean, look at all the bees and everything flying around this stuff. I don't know if you can see what I see really well on this camera, but there are tons of tiny little native bees and things pollinating it. Look at that wasp. I think that wasp is a predator trying to capture a bee. Native bees. Oh, didn't get to zoom in before you flew away. They're interesting little things. And then I have all kinds of, I think these are leeks coming up beside my elephant ear there. And then these, so there's beans all, this side is buckwheat, and then this side here was the beans, but they've kind of just grown together. They've just grown together. But these are where the purple beans are. And they're green on the inside. And they turn green when you cook them, or heat them up, or apply lots of acid to them. So they are just like a green bean or a wax bean. Just they're actually a green bean, I guess, because they turn green. They're just purple until you do that. And over here, I have my watermelon. Hopefully will grow. And I have some type of peppers here and here struggling, along with these marigolds. I think that the beans and stuff are just really taking over, so the peppers are having to grow really tall to compensate. So, watermelon there. I think I have one growing over here actually by the corn. My corn is huge. I have morning glory is coming up. I have a watermelon in here. And so far, oh, I'm even getting little tassels stuff. This is a really strange corn. And surprisingly, the clump planting has yielded a giant amount, just the same as, I mean, this is where I planted it in a clump, or in like 5 of them in a circle, and left space in the middle to plant that watermelon. And then here's where I started to plant them in rows. And I cannot really tell the difference, so it'll be interesting to see the productivity and everything, to see how it works out. Interesting, it's starting to finally make corn now. Happy about that. Look at all the pollinators and stuff flying around up there. The bees and things after the corn pollen, I guess. And you can see where the corn is. The stalks are turning purple and things. Looks like there will be an ear here and an ear here. So it looks like each one of these will give me at least 2 ears of corn. So I'm gonna have a lot of corn. Here, my super messy potting table. I have my Venus flytraps. They made flowers. This is what they look like after the flowers died. But, oh, this is like really dry. I don't know how that's even alive. I need to water that. Purple passion flower vine that I got. I tried to grow passion flower, like the more native kind, but it still gets too cold here and it dies. So if I have to put it in a pot and bring it in, I want the purple plum or the purple possum kind. I guess it's supposed to taste better. I don't know. This is my Juliet tree, cherry tree. See where I'd come in here to try to harvest these beans. And the watermelon is going to trail through all of it. So I'm just going to let it all go wild, let it do its thing. I really would like to get a watermelon. Because I don't mind all the grass clippings on the ground. The bananas are looking good. They're looking wider this year and not as tall maybe, but it is still just mid-July. These are the seedlings that I don't know if they're going to make it since they were flooded out for so long. I think they'll be okay, I don't know. I might have to really watch them and take care of them. They look like they need a little bit of nutrients or something, but so they were like sitting in water for so long that I think that's why they look kind of pale. Here I have some roses coming up. A rugosa hybrid kind of rose. It's red, so this will be a nice big rose bush. And then I have some more over here. One, and I don't know what kind it is. It's supposed to be a kind that was self-cleaning, like it deadheads itself and doesn't make hips or something, but it made really big hips. So I don't know what kind it is. I have like 4 of these. I don't know. Here I have a rose, and looks like I don't know what kind this is. I think it's a red one of some kind. I'll show you what the petals and the flowers look like, because I have a couple more. Grape here, I have no idea what kind it is. These bananas that I thought that that cold snap killed. This one is Brazilian apple. You can see this morning glory keeps trying to wrap around and kill it. Take it over, so I have to keep moving the morning glory around. This is the Romeo cherry. Here by the other mulberry tree that makes berries, I have blackberries. These ones are a cross between the kind I have and some wild ones, because I know they're a cross because they don't have thorns really, and native blackberries do, but these look more like native blackberries or raspberry blackberry cross or something. They're really good. But I think it's interesting that they're not really that thorny. It's kind of nice because I have to go through here to mow and knock through them. My house, on my perennial sunflowers, the Jerusalem artichokes, you can eat these, but I think they taste gross. I don't think they taste like a potato or anything at all. I'd rather just eat potatoes. But you can eat them. They come back every year. In my cannas here, you see down here where the damage from all the Japanese beetles, but they're gonna outgrow it. Now the beetles are getting ready to be gone. And I have some more roses that I think are dead that aren't gonna come up. I bought some of those dormant ones that I think I bought dead ones because it was so late in the season. I'm gonna keep trying. They might come up from the roots or make new ones or something, though. I'm just gonna wait. And I have my magnolia tree and all my cannas and stuff here. Banana tree here. And another one on this side over here. And then this is the color of that rose, I think. I don't know what kind it is. It's interesting though. Another one here. So I don't really know what kind it is. Looks like I got it on sale, so... It was supposed to be one that didn't make hips, and then they all made hips, so I don't even think it's this kind that they thought it was. Or maybe I just got a weird mutated version of it. My borage here looks like it's done, or it's gonna die. Here, this little collection. See how my roses this way, and this little collection of bananas and things. I wish I would have done this when all the roses were not in the middle of making different flowers and were all in bloom. You can see all the elephant ears are coming up. And we just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Bananas and cannas and marigolds. Yeah, there's a tomato right there. Favorite banana just because it looks so cool. The Abyssinian one. It looks like it's been painted. This little collection here. We have this rose. This one here, which I think might come back. Don't know. Which is red, I think. No, it's pink, I guess. And this one there's a red one. This one is kind of pinkish, reddish color. Here's another red one. And over here is another light pink one with this collection of stuff here. Giant amaranth is getting taller than the bananas. It's taller than I am. And I have more roses this way. Along this side here. And then this one here is another kind of that red kind that I don't really know what it is. Looks like it's getting ready to make another one though. And in the corner here I have more bananas and elephant ears. And then back in the back again. I just want to share a little bit about these trees that I have pruned and taken a lot off of. They're still making peaches or whatever, they're just taking forever. Over here is my hardy kiwi that I planted because this rose that was a climbing rose I don't think is going to come back, so at least I can have hardy kiwi climbing. And I don't know what this is. This is just something that's over here. It's a weed. I don't know what it is. It's pretty. I have no idea what it is. Never seen it before. I have no idea how it got here. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. I would love to know what this plant is. It's here, whatever it is. These peaches that are dangling from this tree and still alive somehow. And so I just wanted to share the garden, give a little tour of what everything is doing and all the stuff that I have managed to keep alive so far this summer. This branch here broke off and it's just tied on and being held by just a tiny sliver of like bark layer here, and it's keeping this alive for the most part and still hanging in there and trying to make peaches. But this whole tree is coming down just because it's so badly damaged. It's going to come down here when it's done making peaches. Sorry, tree. Everyone has a really great day. Hope you enjoyed the little tour. hopefully I'll be getting some ground cherries soon. I think I'm gonna hang out over here today and have a little fire.